on notice in relation to this. But, Minister, I do have some questions for you, representing the Prime Minister here, just in relation about the Indigenous voice to Parliament.
Yep.
Who'll be eligible to serve on the body?
Just while I'm searching for my notes, I think what has been made clear over the course of this so far is that those will be matters for the Parliament, members of Parliament and senators, all of them, to deal with in the wake of the constitutional referendum. If you have questions in terms of the detail of these, the appropriate place, of course, for those, as you would know, is the cross-portfolio estimates that will be occurring either this Friday or next.
These questions are
it's actually Wednesday, I'm sorry.
It is Wednesday. These questions to you, representing the Prime Minister. So what are the prerequisites for nomination?
Well, these are questions, as I said, that will be dealt with by the Parliament, and if you want more detailed answers than the ones I'm able to give you now, you'll have to go to cross-portfolio estimates.
Will the government clarify the definition of Aboriginality to determine who can serve on the body?
Well, that question I have the same answer for, but of course there's also been some there's been quite some history to that question. I know that some have been agitating around that question. I haven't heard you agitating around it before.
I'm just asking a question. I'm hoping to get an answer. But if you wish to take it on notice,
if you want to agitate around that question, well, I suppose it'd be consistent with the overall tenor of some of the things that have happened over the course of the day.
How will members be elected, chosen or appointed?
Well, as I indicated to you in relation to all of these questions, the final design of those questions will be a matter for a future Parliament and future Parliaments after that. It will be a matter for the Parliament of Australia, as it properly should be, to determine the design of the voice, how people are elected, how different parts of every corner of the country are represented in the process. These will be matters for the Parliament of Australia.
How many people will make up the body?
Well, in the same way as I've indicated before, if you really want to traverse these issues in detail, I'd suggest talking to cross-portfolio estimates would be where I would start. But as I said before, these questions that go to the detail of the design and operations of the Voice to Parliament will be a matter for the Parliament of Australia. That's been absolutely clear from the outset of this discussion. It would be extraordinary were it to be otherwise.
Yeah.
So, what are its functions and powers?
Well, the Voice to Parliament, what we can say about it is that it will provide a voice for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples over the matters that impact upon them and their communities that will be constitutionally enshrined. The capacity to have a voice to Parliament and to executive government. It will exercise that voice function consistent with both the terms of the amendment to the Constitution, given effect to in the event of a successful referendum, and from time to time altered and amended in terms of its operation and shape, representation by future parliaments of Australia, by the House of Representatives and the Senate, shaping that voice, and that is entirely appropriate. It would be completely extraordinary if it were to be otherwise.
How much will it cost taxpayers annually?
Well, matters of budget allocations will be a matter for future governments.
Who will oversee the body and ensure it is accountable?
Well, as I indicated, there will be, in the event of a successful referendum, which we should all be working to secure, there will be a voice to Parliament. Its shape, its functions, apart from the extent to which it is enshrined in the Constitution, will be determined by future parliaments.
Thank you, Senators.
Oh, I have further questions to ask about the voice, because the Australian people want to know information about the voice before they go and vote on it. This is disappointing. A government that promised transparency. I had another minute, and it's very disappointing that you cut your
Would you like the last minute,
you're
Senator
shutting down
McGrath?
questions, but this is what we've experienced today.
Oh, I've done such a good job of shutting you down, Knox. I should have done a much better job.
Is that the Australian people want more information about this so-called voice?
Thank you, Senator McGrath.
So the question
the meeting is adjourned, and there'll be plenty of time for these questions on Wednesday.
Apparently not.
Thank you, Senator McGrath.